You're listening to
the Paint Podcast,
where we discuss and analyze trending issues on digital rights and inclusion in Africa and from around the world.
Dear listener, thank you for joining us for the PIN podcast. My name is Judith Ogutu. This is a production of Paradigm Initiative, a non-profit Pan-African organization that works to connect underserved young Africans with digital opportunities and ensures protection of their rights online. For the last 16 years, we have impacted the lives of young Africans through our Life Legacy program. What is life, you may ask yourself? Life is an acronym of life skills, ICTs, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship. The aim of the program is to reduce poverty and unemployment rates among young people on the continent. In this particular edition, we are excited to host Frank Onyema Orji. Frank is a beneficiary of our program under the 2019 cohorts. We speak to Frank about the program, how he learned about it, the benefits of the program, and how it has contributed in shaping his career trajectory up until this time. Sit back and listen to what Frank has to say. We hope you're going to enjoy this particular session and learn one or two things from it, and also help us to spread a word about this particular impactful program. Thank you. Hi, Frank. Thank you for finding time to join us today in this PIN podcast edition. We are excited to have you on board, and we are keen on just learning more about your life legacy journey. So, Frank, if you could just take us through, how did you learn about the program? What has this program done in your career? What do you see in the future? So those are the broad areas we would want us to discuss as far as this program is concerned.
All right. I'm a student of the African Leadership University, Rwanda, studying software engineering with a mission to use education as a tool to solve wildlife crisis in Nigeria, the local community of Nigeria. Basically, I was born in Aba, but I'm originally from Ebonyi State, Nigeria. Yeah, that's basically all about me.
Thank you for that brief introduction. So, so you've said currently you're a student. So basically, maybe you can just give us highlights of what exactly that you're doing.
Okay, I'm a student at the African Leadership University, Rwanda. I'm studying software engineering, how to use softwares to solve global challenges. We call it GCGUs, great challenges and great opportunities. So we are studying software engineering to use it to solve this particular problem. And my own focus is on wildlife and education.
Great. Is there a specific reason why you chose that particular focus?
Yes. I grew up my village in Ebonyi State. I grew up in an environment that really is involved in destroying wildlife habitats, both ocean life and wildlife. They are more used to hunting and destroying wildlife habitats, and it's not very good for animals and fishes in that essence. And also, I grew up in Aba, and finding how dirty Aba is, it irritates me a lot, and it kills a lot of habitats for animals and fishes. So that's why I chose this focus, to use education as a tool to educate people about wildlife preservation and sustainability.
Great, thank you. So looking at where you are at currently, in what ways would you say the Life Legacy program positioned you for such an opportunity as this, and if at all?
Okay, I really want to emphasize on something. Before the Life Legacy program, we thought it was a computer training. That was the initial thought when we got the flyers and the invitation. We thought, oh, we're going for a computer training. But it was more than just a computer training. We were just introduced to the basics of computer use, but it was just more than that. Before then, I just graduated from secondary school after my WAEC, and everything was just normal. I just wanted to join every other person who was interested in doing their own business, selling of ready-made materials, clothes. That was my ideal. Just like every other ABBA boy, it's just about the business. But when I joined the live program, everything changed from there. I had a more focused perspective of what I wanted to do in life. The inspiration came mostly from Dr. I like calling him Dr. Mr. Imeze. There was this during our entrepreneurship classes, one of the entrepreneurship classes, he brought a friend of mine called Wisdom Carlo. Wisdom talked about how he got a scholarship after 5 years and how he has been lifted of the whole ABBA scenario of being focused on business, and he has a clear mission of what he wants to do. That changed the way I wanted to live my life from that day onward, because I saw myself as someone who really wanted education from that point in time. So the Life Legacy Program really, I don't know if it's for me alone, because it changed my life a lot. Up to this moment, it's still paving way for me, because each time I tell people I went to Paradigm Life Program, they were like, okay, we know about that. I'll be like, okay, this guy is good. He knows what he's doing, because it still paves way for me till today.
Nice. That's really a fantastic way of, impact. We are happy it has impacted you like that. So just to take you back, how did you learn about the Life Legacy Program? How did you come to know about it?
Okay, there was this time around I went to my uncle's shop, so he invited me. We were having this discussion. One of his friends came with a flyer that one of his sons attended the program, that he wants me to attend it instead of me staying at the shop all the time doing nothing, just inviting customers. I was like, I'm not interested. He was like, don't worry, you will enjoy it. This was just how it came about. I got involved with the legacy program.
Great. So what would you say were the biggest lessons having gone through that program? What did you learn? What would you say was the biggest thing that you learned from that particular program?
I think my biggest lesson is it reshapes the thinking focus of every youth who attended the program. We were divided into groups, and in my group, we called ourselves the elites. In my group, almost every one of us, about two of us are on scholarship, others they are software engineers and web developers. Every one of us have something we are doing for ourselves, whether we are students or entrepreneurs of our own, or just daily job, what do you call it, daily workers, income workers. We have something we are doing, and that was a life-lasting impact we have gained from the legacy program, because each one of us will always have something we want to impart or something we want to do for ourselves. We're not just sitting idle waiting for the government to impart us on how to live our lives, but we are taking initiative of our own lives and trying to make other people see good reasons to impart their own life, not what just waiting for any other person to do that for them. That's the biggest lesson we got from there.
Great, thank you. So I'll take you back. Looking at the background you came from, what type of a family did you come from? Just so that I can resonate with what that program has impacted in your life so far.
Okay, I come from a family of, should I say, five? My parents and my two brothers. We are three boys, no girl, and one of us is a graduate while I'm still on my own university days. As a family, we have always nurtured education, but it wasn't, should I say, it wasn't as expected as it is today that we will get to this height we are today. Because my younger brother, who just graduated from secondary school, is also looking at what he wants to do with his life. Because the program itself really brought a gleam of light to the way we see our family today. Because once I stand up and say, well, I want us to do this in a different way, we are looking at ourselves as some people who have a basic knowledge of something that we want to impact to the next person, and the next person wants to give something to the next person. So before the program, it was just like a usual thing. Everybody wakes up, goes to shop, does every other thing. But now it's more of how we want to live our lives for the betterment of every other person around us.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's really impactful. So, if you're to look at that, I would like you to pick out like tangible results. If you can pick out for us, and if you can share with us some of those results, given what you've already told us.
Come again? I didn't get it there.
I was asking, looking at the tangible results, would you say those are the tangible results you've seen so far from the program?
I wouldn't say so far because there's more to come in the future. But from what I have seen now, it's a life imparting program for me because the results keep coming every day of our lives. Not just me, but every other person who was in that 2019 batch B. Every one of us today, we are grateful to God that we went through that program because the benefits, it's just beyond our expectation. We never expected that we'll be at the level we are today, but at the same time, we never expected that Paradigm Initiative will still pave way for us every day of our lives.
Great, great. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, if you look at that as a beneficiary of the program, how do you envision your future? What do you see? If I was to ask you to paint for me just a simple vision of what you see when you look into the future.
For now, I want to finish my education, which is ending by 2025. And I don't know if I will go for a master's yet because I want to be an entrepreneur, majorly focusing on agriculture, poultry businesses, and at a large scale, not at a small scale. I want it at a large scale. And also, I want to be a lecturer, focusing on young individuals between the ages of 15 to 18, trying to help them refocus their life, especially here in Aba, because one of the issues I've noticed is that the negative impact of the elderly ones on children have tried to shift their focus on education. So that's what I want to do in the future. And also, I and my friends have been looking at possible ways to do this. And that's the future we are looking at a better Aba for the youths and the younger generation.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for that. So, what advice do you have for young people regarding this and similar opportunities, if I was to ask you?
Well, all I can say, especially for those living in Aba, is that it's not always about the money. Because one thing I've noticed here in Aba is everybody is trying to showcase that they have one or two things they are doing and it's giving them money so they can brag about that. But at the should I say, at the long run, it's more of about the knowledge you have, the expertise you have, something that can hold you for a longer time, not just now, not just what you do now. It's about what you do now that will impact the future. Because if I didn't go for the Life Legacy program, I might be somewhere serving someone as a young apprentice or something. But through the Life Legacy program, I think and I feel that I have imparted a lot, that it has changed not just the way I look at myself, but the way my community sees me. Because I think ABBA as a whole needs a revival in education. And I think that's what young people in ABBA should focus on, education and getting knowledgeable themselves.
Thank you. The final question is, what is your parting shot? Your last
all,
word.
all I can say is that it's not just about uh, what you learn, but it's about practicing what you learn. Because if I didn't put into practice what I've learned from the legacy program, I might not be today giving this interview about how it has impacted me. I might just be hiding myself in shame because I didn't pick up what I should have picked up during that 2019 program. So it's about putting more practice to what you learn, and the future looks bright.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That will be it. Just a short interview, but we really have learned a lot, and thank you for all that you've shared. It's really, really, good to hear such an amazing story from your end. And yeah, so keep on spreading the gospel about Life Legacy program. Yeah, and encourage more youth to join it.
All right. Thank you so much. It's an honor to run the interview.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We wish you a nice day. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks for joining us on today's PIN podcast. Be sure to join in for our next episode. You can follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram @ParadigmHQ.